All right, I was happy to be wrong about the Kansas City Chiefs blowing their first round or their divisional round playoff game. And the Kansas City Chiefs, to me, had one of the finest playoff performances I've ever seen from a Kansas City football team.
There you go.
They completely dominated. The Indianapolis Colts came in having won 10 of 11 games. I look at this matchup against the Patriots, and I think the Chiefs have the advantage on both sides of the football. They're playing at home. There's only one way the Kansas City Chiefs lose this game, and that's if Andy Reid does something silly, abandons the running game, poor clock management, something like that. Andy Reid, do I trust him in this spot to get it done? I'm a little bit leery. I think the Chiefs have all the advantages and should win. The Patriots just played their best game of the year. I think they'll be a little bit flat, but the coaching matchup scares me.
Well, I wouldn't be scared of the coaching matchup. Obviously, you have to give advantage to the Patriots still, no matter how good the team looked last week at Arrowhead. That was the hottest team in football, the Indianapolis Colts. Most balanced team in the playoffs in terms of their rankings, and they had nothing for the Chiefs. And I think that's something you should tip your hat to and give credit to Andy Reid. And we've heard this verbiage about Andy Reid, that he didn't have the quarterback he needed, and therefore why he pulled the trigger and said bye, Alex Smith, hello to Patrick Mahomes. He has the quarterback he needs. He has the offense he needs. Even minus a Kareem Hunt, this offense is still hitting a stride. Not the same level, but hitting a stride that I think can match up well with the Patriots. The only thing that scares me is the Patriots coming on the road where they're not good. They're 3-5 this year on the road. They come on the road and they play against this team. And Belichick's going to have something. It's going to be one wrinkle. And is Patrick Mahomes, is Andy Reid ready for that one wrinkle? Because if they can get to plan B and succeed in plan B, they're fine. But that's the problem. They go on the road. Patriots sitting there saying we're the first time we haven't been favored as a team in the playoffs since 2007. And then they come out there with that wrinkle. But all things considered, I say that the Chiefs win this game.
You know, on paper, the Chiefs should absolutely dominate this game. They have the more talented team. But it's not just talent that wins games. Yeah. I think the New England Patriots have really figured out who they are, and their identity is what scares me. They are a chameleon. They are a team that can change their style based on whatever the matchups are. And we have seen Sony Michel has been a big factor the last 3 games of the season in terms of the way they run the ball. Then James White catching the ball out the backfield. I know the Kansas City Chiefs defense stood up and had an outstanding performance against the Colts, but the Patriots are different. Yeah. And it's just hard for me, despite all the advantages being in the Chiefs camp, it's hard for me to go against the Patriots. When the Patriots have been here 8 straight years, they understand how to get it done. It is just hard for me to think that Bill Belichick is going to let this one slip through his fingers, even though he doesn't have the better team.
Andy Reid is 0-2 against Bill Belichick, but he didn't have Patrick Mahomes. I think this young quarterback is the difference. And he's a quarterback that's like, Bill Belichick, okay. He doesn't worry about that. This team, if you just go out and do what you've done all year, run your offense, on offense, do that. If you run the football well, run the football well. I think Williams had 129 yards running the football. Mm-hmm. You know, let Mahomes throw the football when he has to. The throw that he threw to Kelsey, the one,
oh my gosh,
that is, it's very few guys can make that throw. I mean, really, running on your side and throw it accurately. Like I say, if they go out and play Kansas City Chiefs football, the weather's going to be, both of them like cold weather. You know, these are two cold. They can say, well, it's going to be cold, but then it's going to, that's no factor. I just believe if the Chiefs do what they're supposed to do, being at home, they should win.
Let me tell you the wrinkle that Belichick's going to have, and it's not even really a wrinkle. It's just the common sense that the Colts didn't have. The Patriots will have a game plan for Travis Kelce. The Colts did not. The Colts just let Travis Kelce just run wild off the line. Then they let Tyreek Hill run wild and do it. It's like, did they game plan for anybody? Yeah. And the Patriots will have a plan. Travis Kelce will not beat the New England Patriots. Somebody else is going to have to do it. That's going to be the adjustment, and we'll see what Patrick Mahomes does and what Andy Reid does when they take Travis Kelce away.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Colts, the Chargers, zone, playing teams just went into the playoffs, said, hey, here's our zone again. I'm not even a quarterback, but I'm like, oh, we're playing that game? Like you give me the answers and just want to know if I can write them back, if I can regurgitate. Like, that's all that was. They're playing acreage games. When get some man press, mix it up. Like you said, be a chameleon. Throw them off guard just that 1 second. I remember we had this speech therapist that came in with this, it's crazy, right? We had a speech therapist come in with the mental health coach. And so the speech therapist going, and we're just sitting there like, okay, some of us can speak in front of the mic, some of us can, and we're not comfortable with it, whatever. Then the mental health coach came up and said, you know the difference in terms of 1 split second, how your life can change. And everyone's sitting there like, what is it? What do you mean? And they showed us 2 clips, not a UED, sorry. It was Barry Sanders. And they showed us 2 clips of you making the play, it's a 3-yard loss because of that split second reaction, and you delaying because that split second. And it's a 60-yard touchdown. That's all you need to do to Tom Brady and others is just have them off their game for that split second. Hopefully, they're going to roll the dice and try and get some of those moments.
Yeah, I think with Bill Belichick, he obviously is going to come up with a plan. The first game, Tyreek Hill hurt them. Tyreek Hill had 3 touchdowns, had over 100 receiving yards. One of those was a 75-yard touchdown. He cannot be a factor. They also will have to contain Travis Kelce. I think the big thing in this, I believe that the Patriots are going to dare Andy Reid to run the ball because he's not a guy that really loves running the ball. He likes to throw it. So they're going to, in my estimation, they're going to say, we'll see if you'll commit to giving the ball to Damian Williams, and is he good enough to beat our defense? We'll see if they can use a counter tactic against the Kansas City Chiefs to slow them down.